I'd like to call the meeting to order. Thank you all for coming today.
So I will,
Establish a quorum, please.
I will go ahead and start with Commissioner Basigi,
Here.
Commissioner O'Reilly,
Here.
Commissioner Nagao,
Here.
Chair Cohen,
Here.
and Commissioner Buckholz.
Here.
And then Chair Cohen, if you can go ahead and ask the questions of Commissioner Buckholz, that would be great.
We'll have 3 questions for you. The first one, was the location properly noticed according to state law?
Which was the posting of the agenda.
Yes, it was.
Excellent. Second question, is the teleconference location accessible to members of the public?
Yes.
Last, is there anyone present in the teleconference location besides you, the commissioner?
No.
Thank you very much. Excellent. Yeah. Okay, so we have a quorum, and let's go to the pledge of allegiance, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I have public comments on items not on the agenda. Do we have any public comments today?
Okay, I will give it just a moment. We do have one person in attendance online. And if you do have would like to speak, go ahead and raise your hand. But I have not received any public speaker cards at this time. And, so I do have, it looks like there is one person online that would like to speak. So I will go ahead and move this person. Okay. All right. They will have 3 minutes.
Hi, this is Tony. Tony Lee. Just wanted to say hi. I'm not able to attend because I'm sick. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to get sick on a schedule. So unlike Bill, I was not able to join in the official remote way.
Hi, Tony.
Hi, Tony. Hello, Tony.
Hi, guys. Bye.
So is that your comment, or do you have a comment you want to make?
That was it.
That was it.
Make comment.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
All right.
Okay, so is that? Okay,
All right,
thank you.
that is it.
Is there anybody else, Jamie?
There is no one else at this time.
Okay, now we have a special presentation.
So it makes me very happy to introduce our new recreation coordinator overseeing our adult and adult 50+ programs. Familiar face because he comes to us from formerly from Los Altos Hills, but would like to take this opportunity to introduce Chris sorry if I butchered that. But I will go ahead and give him an opportunity to share a little bit of his background, but he started on August 7th, which would have been, that was the day that we unfortunately had to cancel that meeting, but so he's been with us roughly about a month now. So Chris, if you'd like to give us a little bit of your background and any other few words you'd like to share.
Yeah, well, just thank you for the warm welcoming. I've now been with the city for 3 or 4 weeks, and everyone on staff has been very welcoming and friendly and informative and bringing me up to speed. As you know, I formerly was the rec specialist with the town of Los Altos Hills and experienced putting on community events, serving, sharing local resources, programming for the entire community, especially older adults and seniors as well. So I'm just through the roof excited to be here and want to thank Bridget as well as Jamie for just bringing me up to speed and getting me on board with the city. I'm available. I will share my contact information, and I encourage everyone to reach out if you have questions in particular about our adult 50+ program.
Thank you very much. Welcome.
I like to make a comment. Number one is in the appreciation of what you've done in the town of Los Altos Hills, which is plenty. There are too many to mention. I'd like to welcome you at the 55+ this coming Friday. Thank you. That's a very worthy thing to do, and I'm really glad you're taking ownership of it, and hopefully we'll see a lot of good things and continuity to essentially happen. Wonderful. Okay, and so how's Sarah feeling about you leaving? Short-handed.
Essentially, yes, yeah, they're not gonna skip a beat. I think it's the attitude of next man up is sort of the mindset, but, yeah.
Thank you.
So Chris and I have met.
He looks like he's ready to just take off running because he's got some really good suggestions and thoughts about what can happen with the program. So appreciate you being on staff here.
Very warm welcome for you. I've met you many times too, so I keep running into you. Okay, very good. Hi, Lynette. Okay, thank-
Hello. Sorry, I couldn't make it there. I had ran home from a meeting, so.
Yeah, that's okay. We're glad to have you. Okay, next item are the minutes of July 10th. They came to you on Thursday, and everybody have a minute or two to look at them over. Can I have a motion about the minutes?
I have read them and they're very complete, and I move for first approval.
Thank you very much. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed, any abstentions? We roll here. Okay, thank you so much. Minutes are approved. Okay, next item. Oh, the next item is the work plan. Our evolving work plan. Last time we talked about people that might want to change, what committees they were on, subcommittees they were on. And I think we did have a few changes. And this copy is dated on July 10th, so that was at our last meeting. So I know that I wanted to come on one of the subcommittees, and that was the social participation one, and my name is removed from that now, and Jim, did you want to come off of one of them? What did you say?
What I was saying last time was I like to drop off of transportation largely because I feel like I'm not doing very much, and I think, transportation right now is less of an issue than it was when we first started at least from my point of view, when we started the initiative. And I don't know whether Kevin agrees or not, but I think for those reasons, I would like to eliminate myself from that subcommittee.
Okay. So did you mention that last time to us? Okay, because your name is still on that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so you'd like to be removed from that?
Yes.
Okay.
But if you're finding it difficult to get a replacement, I will basically back away and I'll stay.
Can you stay on until we get our full membership, which is going to happen? We have people that are ready to come in soon. And it would be, if you could, and I'll just stay on mine too, just if we're gonna do any work. I mean, I don't think my committee is gonna do any work, and I don't know about transportation. But, that would be great, because, I don't know about the rideshare program or anything, if we're still doing it, or what's happening with that.
We are, but it's underused.
Yeah. So it's maybe part advertising issue, I don't really know. Okay, so Jim, we'll leave you on until like a month or so. Well, I think the next meeting, let's see, the October meeting, we might have another person.
I don't consider a deadline necessary.
You're okay to stay right now? Okay, that's good. Were there any other changes that people wanted? Okay, so we're not gonna make any changes at this meeting today. And Jim will stay on until we see what else can happen and who else can do stuff. Okay, so is there anything else about the work plan you want to talk about?
There is one informational item that I'd like to pass along. I was reappointed as of last town council meeting to remain as a member of senior commissioner for foreseeable future.
So was part of your reason for wanting to get off because you thought you might not be staying on the commission at that point, or you weren't really sure? Okay, so that's good. So let's leave it the way that is for right now. Okay, thank you so much. That's great. Okay, so I think we're good with the work plan right now until other things start happening.
And just wanted to check, Commissioner Buckholz, any comments on the work plan?
No. No comment.
Thank you, Bill. Okay, the next one is the age-friendly program and update from city staff. Right, and everybody got a handout also on the in the packet when you got Thursday.
So the most recent update is that I met with the AARP representatives, the research and development team. They're the ones that are actually going to be creating the link for us to then distribute. I met with them on August 31st, and they said it would take roughly 2 to 3 weeks to actually create the link. So I anticipate to have that probably mid to late September. Once I get that link, it'll be a test link first to make sure that it is programmed appropriately with the information that we need. And then once that is approved, then we'll be able to have the link live for approximately the 3 months that CAFE recommends, which will put us roughly towards the end of the calendar year, which I think is actually good timing. And so the biggest information that the research and development team recommended is that for our community population, they recommended that we have a minimum of 300 respondents, but we should aim for 500. So if we can get within that range, a minimum of 3, but really to aim for 500, that is what we should look for the population size that we have. So that, again, once the link is available, and as a reminder, I have met with our public information team, and they already have things prepped so that when we do get the survey link, we will be able to market that we are looking to get feedback through that survey. Yes.
Jenny, will this be totally online?
Yes, so that is something else that the research and development team talked about. So to populate the information, yes, all of the information will need to be online, but we will still have the ability to print out if there are individuals that are not comfortable with utilizing a computer. We can still have paper surveys. And then we do have the ability to have that information entered, because obviously the paper will need to be put in to the online system so that it can be populated in the reports after. But all of that is possible, and that's something that the research and development team from AARP talked about, that there's a number of things that you can do to help make sure that you get the number of responses that you're looking for. And that being one of them, to kind of take away that technology barrier. So that will be an option that we will offer as well too.
Okay. So, go ahead,
What
Kevin.
was the, if you would say again, the recommended minimum number of responses?
300, but we should aim for 500.
I have a question.
Yeah. Bill.
What is the marketing going to be for this? Because I have been talking with various organizations and various constituencies, encouraging them to fill out online when the link is available. So I would actually like to have more than the 3,500 to get a better sense of the different stakeholders. The stakeholders should include people in residential, like retirement organizations. It should also include people who are not computer literate, but who are active in the community. So reaching those people is also going to be, I believe, useful, so that we really do get a representative selection of the population in Los Altos. And I wonder also, does this satisfy Los Altos Hills in terms of their getting their constituency represented?
I think, no, first, Bill, are you asking for what's the plan? So let's say they have the survey developed, they're gonna send it, and they're gonna test it. How long is the test gonna last?
The test is really to make sure that it works and that at least the information to select which zip code, because again, so this goes at least to one of the questions that Bill said, in that it is going to target feedback from Los Altos, city of Los Altos, because that is the community that we are getting, and we're creating the action plan for the city of Los Altos. So that is something specific to the feedback that we would be getting. But that it is in the recommended range of 3, minimum of 3, but a target of 5. If we do get more, absolutely, that is even better. But that is for the size community that we have, that is what they recommend, at least to get a decent sampling. But we can absolutely target more if we need to. And in regards to marketing, as Commissioner Buchholz mentioned, reaching out to the community groups that we have, the other groups that Commissioner Buchholz mentioned, we can absolutely reach out to those, and that will be part of the outreach that I did talk to our PIO team about, so that we can make sure that they know that we are soliciting feedback in that manner. And it could be also too that the commissioners themselves assist in that direct outreach. I know for a fact that the Rotary would love for someone to come out just for 5 to 10 minutes and say, this is, what we're planning to do. They were very open to that opportunity. So there are, I think, similar options for other local groups that we could assist in getting the word out that we want feedback.
First of all, thank you. I believe Jamie more or less responded the way I was going to respond in regards to the town of Los Altos Hills involvement. I think this is really a community about that community, target community is really Los Altos. That's number one. Los Altos Hills is not part of this, and I think they have their own. Yeah, so we'll try to go address that through them. The second thing is, I think subcommittee should take ownership of creating an outreach. And you mentioned a part of it, talking to Rotary and so forth. In my viewpoint, there should be a considered effort put forth by the subcommittee to come up with, perhaps with the help of the assistance with the staff, to come up with an outreach program that is very measurable and has a trajectory and has milestones and quantities and so forth. And unless you have that, you're not going to know whether you have made a sufficient effort to reach out to all the targeted communities, in my viewpoint.
I would volunteer to be part of that subcommittee.
All three of you are right. It's Buckles, Sup, and Cohen and Lee. All three of you are on that.
Well, that's
That's
the overview committee.
Yeah, but it, okay.
Okay, I'd just like to build on what you're saying, Jim. I would like to see, do they have a written plan? Let's say in 10 days, you're gonna get it approved, we're ready to do the pilot. The pilot's gonna take 5 business days, or I don't know what it's gonna take, but it's gonna be short. And then we have to be really ready to rock and roll out in the community so that when it's available, we've targeted all these groups and we're gonna blitz, the town crier is gonna have it. All the organizations that we associate with are gonna have it. The spotlight, the spotlight. But that's, the spotlight's capturing like our own audience. We want to be way broader than the spotlight. So, because I just think that there are a lot of people out there that are not participating in the activities of the 50s plus programs. They're not getting the spotlight, they're not looking at it. And anyway, I just think that, do they have a written plan yet?
So my suggestion here is, and to your point, the PIO team, the things that we talked about, the city would do their normal marketing efforts, which would include press releases, things on the website, information rotating here on the monitors here at the community center, inclusion in the spotlight, those pieces. The city would normally do that kind of outreach. My suggestion might be that at as a future agenda item, because by that time for our meeting in October, we should have the link. I can share what that regular marketing plan is from the PIO team. And then as the kind of the item for consideration is, how can the senior commission and commissioners supplement what the city will already be doing? And so that will then, between the city and what the commission does together, that will help us target between the 3 to 5 and hopefully more. But I think that would be good timing, because then the link will just have kind of been created and ready, and then we can get that out strongly in October. And we would have time because we meet at the beginning of the month in October.
I think timing is essential here, and I'll tell you why I think that, because we're moving into the holiday season. And it would be terrific if the surveys could be finished before, the holiday strike. Now, the holidays start, before Thanksgiving. So that's really not gonna happen, but it's, to think that we're gonna go over Thanksgiving, over Christmas, Hanukkah, all the other holidays, and then get into January with this survey. I don't know how we're gonna manage it if you mentioned one thing like the residential care. I think there's one place in Los Altos, so that wouldn't be on their normal, the public, what we would normally advertise. We wouldn't normally go to that place, but they should be in that right away in the first blitz, because there's like 300 people that live. There's just one place I think that's in Los Altos proper. I don't know, the Terraces too is in it, so there's 2 Terraces in the Bridge, what is it called? Bridgepoint, there's another one that's in Los Altos. I don't
I
know.
was there in Terrace as well, I was in Bridgepoint, you're right, there too.
So I think there's the forms in the hills and, so, I mean, we're just thinking of like that one example that Bill said of those 2 places that we want to tap them too. We don't want to wait till the survey's out for 6 weeks before they even know about it. We think, well, you don't think we can talk about this now? Because it's a future agenda item?
I only say that because no, it is, but it is an informational item, kind of where we are, and we don't quite have the link yet. And so I think timing wise, we are still good, because we're roughly mid-September right now. It pains me a little bit to say that, because time just is going really fast. But I expect to have the link roughly in the next 2 weeks or so. That would be my anticipation. that would be right before kind of our first, because we meet the first Monday in October. I think timing wise, if we do make that a future agenda item, I can then bring back what pieces, this commission can see what is going to be entailed in the PIO outreach and what the city is planning to do. Then I think it could be a good conversation by the commission as a whole to outline where those pieces, the specific, and we could make assignments that, this commissioner may, go to Rotary, this commissioner may reach out to those particular organizations, and we can supplement what the city is then going to be doing. So I think timing, we wouldn't necessarily lose time because again, I anticipate the link to be done by the next 2 weeks, which would kind of put us at the end of September. And then we would literally meet at the beginning of October. So I think timing wise, it would work out well to then for the commission to see what we're doing and how we can then supplement to get the word out in a wide scope.
A question how the residents, this is all based upon zip code,
Correct.
and so those codes will basically determine whether you are in Los Altos or out.
Correct.
There was some question about Mountain View also contributing input. Is this no longer considered?
No, so to your question, Commissioner Buckholz, for the AARP survey, that is going to be specified to residents only.
Okay.
But in the conversation that I had with Cafe on the stakeholders, when we do the focus groups, we can get feedback from experts that are not necessarily, they're within the adult 50+ realm, but may not necessarily be local to the community, but we are looking for their expertise. That would be better suited in the focus group versus the AARP survey, which should be specific to the community, which is a resident of Los Altos.
So I'm not gonna beat this bush, but I just want to say one other thing about those two locations. They might each have a newsletter, and I don't want to miss the opportunity to advertise the survey in their newsletter. We don't know when they come out. I mean, that could be 2 phone calls that I could make. Find out when their survey is, when their newsletter comes out and their clientele gets it weekly or whatever. We don't know that, but we don't want to miss that opportunity. So, I don't want to wait too long. Well, we could, I don't think that has to be part of this meeting to do some of this.
And as far as the information goes, that could be if the commissioners do have those connections, you can share that with staff. And the other side of it too, again, Cafe recommends that the AARP survey be open for 3 months. So I think we will have ample time to work through and do some of that outreach.
Yeah, it will also give us the time to do the paper and pencil and then get
Correct.
their data, because some people might, anyway, we have some extra time there. Yeah, okay. Is everybody okay? Bill, is it clear to you, or we're on the right track here?
I will create some lists of things that I've considered and get them to the committee.
We send it to Jamie and then she could maybe share some of it, I don't know. He's not really allowed to say, send it to all of us, but he could send it to you and. Okay. Thanks, Bill. Thank you. Okay, so thank you, everybody. And thanks, Jamie, for filling us in on all the nice details of it.
Very nice outline, Jamie.
Yeah.
I walked away knowing more than I did before I sat down.
That's always a good thing. You're welcome.
I know, it's a big project. Again, we want it to, flow as smoothly as it can, so anything that we can do to ease it would be great. Okay, so now we have, flyers, we have informational flyers to share with the commission.
Yes, so I will be covering, and I won't go into specifics. I will leave that to Chris for his update, but in the packet, it does include our September and October spotlight, which I'll leave the details to Chris. We are also, what is also included in your packet is, we are still, looking for, excited, individuals to join our teen program, to help staff our drop-in hours. So if you know your neighbors or anyone, within your networks that might be interested, we are still actively recruiting for individuals to help in that particular program. We also have our Tiny Tots program, which started the Wednesday after Labor Day, and we still have a few spaces available. So if you know of any young families that might be interested in this type of program, please feel free to share. And then we have our Family Fun Day flyer. I will share the next one that is coming up is the end of October, which will be in time for the holiday for Halloween. So that will be coming up, and it is always in the 10 to 1 time frame. And then there are 2 events highlighted for the Hills. First one, the first one is the Shred event, which will be happening on Saturday, September 23rd, and that will be 8 to 11 a.m. in the town hall parking lot. That's a rough estimate or until the truck is full. And then there is also it looks like a Touch a Truck, which will be Saturday, September 30th between 9 and 11. So those are the 2 events highlighted for Los Altos Hills. And then I will turn it over to Chris so that he can provide some additional highlights for the Adult 50 Plus program.
All right, thanks, Jamie. Yes, Adult 50 Plus, we have some general updates. The first update, which is part of the flyer packet, our Adult 50 Plus Spotlight for September and October was published online and dropped in the mail on August 28th. The newsletter is available online for free, with copies available at the community center at Grant Park. I would welcome anyone who would like to enroll in the mailing, the bi-monthly mailing for $6 per year as a subscription, where this will arrive in your mailbox. Just give the senior center a call and we'd be glad to get you enrolled in the newsletter subscription. A few program highlights that are also within the newsletter. This Wednesday, September 13th, is our second Wednesday lunch program at Grant. Again, you can register by calling the senior center. And participation, we encourage a $5 donation suggested. Also this week on Wednesday, the Santa Clara County Fire Department is doing a fall prevention and wellness resource presentation that will take place at the multi-purpose room at Grant Park. At noon, excuse me. At noon, yes. Friday, September 15th is Club 55 from 6 to 8:30 p.m. Folks age 55 and up. It will be hosted at the Los Altos Community Center here at the Grand Oak Room and Courtyard. Enjoying music, wine, food, and friends. Bring a bottle of wine to share. You can save your spot by RSVPing to club55losaltos@gmail.com. Registration and a donation will take place at the door. Next, September 19th, Tuesday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., our Adult 50 Plus meetup is occurring at the Fiesta Vallarta Mexican restaurant. After lunch, we'll venture to Hidden Villa for a farm tour. Registration is available again by calling the senior center or registering online for $24. Next Wednesday, September 20th, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., we're hosting a coffee social where we have a barista offering free drinks and special, lattes, etc. at Grant Park. That is free and open to the public. A couple other things. Later this month, Thursday, September 28th, 12 p.m., our 4th Thursday lunch program will take place here at the Los Altos Community Center in the Grand Oak Room. You can save your seat by calling the senior center, and again, we kindly request at least a $5 donation at the door. I am reporting today that we've just sold out for our mini trip. In October, we're heading to the Hillsborough, to the Carolines Mansion, with lunch in Menlo Park at the Allied Arts Guild. I just, happy to report that sold out really quickly. And then my final program highlight, October 25th, we're going to be hosting a military service personnel writing session here at the community center in the Cedar Room, Older Adults Program Room, 10 a.m. to noon. And again, don't forget to check out the daily activities that take place within the 50+ program, and those are going to be highlighted within the 50+ Spotlight newsletter.
So with that, we'll open it up to any questions that the commissioners might have.
Questions, but I have a comment about the spotlight, because I've been watching this document for a while now. And I'd like to recommend that we do something about increasing the font. I think the font is really too small for a lot of seniors to feel comfortable reading. And just take it under consideration. Just word on the street, so to speak.
Feedback is always appreciated.
Not a criticism, it's just like, we're trying to attend to the people, and we want to match things up well, so thank you for listening to that part. I don't know if that was appropriate, but anyway.
No, those are always, we are always open to hearing feedback. That's how we improve communication, events, all of that good stuff. So thank you.
Okay. So we're ready to move on then?
Yes.
To the commission, the subcommittee reports. Do we have any subcommittee reports today? Not at this time. Okay, and then we have staff oral report. Oh, with future agenda items comes in this category.
Yes, so I'll go ahead and do my brief staff report, and then we can go into the future agenda items. So the few which Jim mentioned already, but I wanted to update everyone. Obviously, Jim was reappointed to his third term through Los Altos Hills. And so theoretically, that is through August 2027. So it's a 4-year term. And I'm excited, Deborah Padovan, who's the city clerk in the town of Los Altos Hills, they have received an application, which is a familiar name, Shabari. Her schedule has opened up, so she has placed an application in for the second Los Altos Hills seat, and they're hoping to confirm the reappointment at the end of September. So theoretically, if all goes well, we should be at full capacity in October. So I will keep everyone apprised as that continues through. The commission handbook has been updated, and I anticipate there will be a few more. So the last few updates, and it was to update the handbook on teleconferencing requirements. And so I will send the link. The updated handbook is on the city's website. I will email out that link so that all the commissioners have access to that. I anticipate a few more updates because remember at our last meeting the city council had a study session to discuss subcommittees and also conflicts of interest in regards to commissions and committees. I think there will be a few more updates that will make its way into the handbook. Once those are finalized, we'll make sure that the commission has all of that information. But for now, the most current update, which was back from July 11th, which includes the ability to teleconference. I will send out that link to the commission so that you have that information. As I mentioned, we do have an upcoming Family Sunday at the end of October, but I wanted to highlight that the last one that we had in August was the largest one we had ever had here at the community center. We had over 750 people here that attended. It was partly, I think, because we had an animal show. It was animal themed. Again, it was open to families, and we did the animal show on the Hillview baseball field. And I actually brought my 2 young kids out to the event, and they loved seeing the animals. And it was, Bridget and Chris actually worked the event. And it was quite busy that day here at the community center. So we anticipate that October will probably be just as busy, but it's been a great community event here at the community center. Fall registration is open, and classes actually started this week. So it will cover events and programs that will go all the way through December. So information is on our city website if you're so inclined. We also have our Halloween movie night. The flyer will be released soon, but that is planned for Saturday, October 21st, and it'll be down at Grant Park. So look for information on the flyer coming up. And then just an overall update, because I know the question was asked about movement on the electrical upgrade at Grant. That is in the works and moving. It takes some time to work with PG&E because obviously the electrical load is going to increase at that location. So we are working diligently with PG&E, with our project manager on that piece. So we're moving forward, but just wanted to mention that since a question was, I think, was asked at the last meeting. And that is it for my staff update. Happy to answer any questions that the commission may have. Yes. Yes.
Then we're up to future agenda items. And the one thing we do have on here is, that we talked about this at other meetings, that we want to review the 8 domains of the World Health Organization. So, you know, it was our subcommittee reports. Do you remember that we each like took a turn and we gave small mini reports? That was like ages ago, and who knows what all anything's about, but we thought we should refresh. We talked about this, so it's not really new, that we should go back and give small reports again so that we can refresh ourselves about all, you know, we should all be familiar with all the 8 domains and have a good working knowledge, or be able to refer back to our notes about it. So we thought that in October we would do 4, and in November we would do 4. And does that sound reasonable to you? You remember the little reports, the mini reports that we gave? Okay. So, huh?
Given our ages.
Yeah, okay. So do we want to divide it up now? We have to, because we need the first 4 for October.
So it would be good to probably assign which 4
Yeah.
would make sense for October, and then which 4 would fall in
And
November.
then we move to another, maybe a future, let's. finish
Correct.
this.
And then we also have the other future agenda item, which would be the marketing of just the marketing plan
Right.
for the survey, the AARP
So
survey.
we'll do this division now.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think one time I was on 4 committees and I had to give 3 of my reports in one day. It was a lot. So it'd be good if we could like even have a little bit for the reporting. So is Bill still on? Bill, you there?
Yes, I am.
Oh, hi. Okay, so did you hear what I was talking about the mini reports again on the?
Yes.
Okay, so, how do you want to handle this? Should we just go down the list and?
The social connection and social participation. Those are that's the report that I would like to offer.
Right, okay, so, Okay, so let's put, well, that would be great. So you'll do social participation and respect and social isolation, those two domains.
Yes,
And I'm on one of those committees with you. And then, the other health, while we're on the health thing, the last one, community support and healthcare services, I'll do that one. At least that one, I forget which ones I did, because I did a few of those. This is for October. Well, I don't think we should do all the health in one. Let's split those up a little bit. So Bill, why don't you do one in October and one in November? How would that be?
which would you like in October?
Do you wanna make the choice, or? Do you wanna make the choice?
Excuse me?
How about social participation? It comes first on the list. Do that one October. And respect and social inclusion on, in November. And,
Can I request,
go ahead.
Jim and I had a little conversation for the outdoor spaces and building. Can I request that for November?
Yes,
So that we have time to meet?
yes.
Jim, is that okay for you?
Absolutely.
November.
But please make sure one of us call a meeting.
Yep.
In preparation for that.
Okay, good. Okay, transportation, do you want,
We can do
you want to
that
do
in October.
transportation October? Okay, transportation October. Good, and housing is also for CG and O'Reilly, so you want to do that one in November then too? But okay. So that Kevin has a split of his reports.
I can do communication and information in October.
Okay, communication and information October, so let's see what we do. We have 3 in October now, and we have 3 in November, we have 2 left. So, the community support and healthcare services, I'm gonna do that one, Bill and I are on that committee, but I'll do that report. And I'll go in October and do that. And then the last one, Tony, this is Tony's though.
Yeah, and that could be the last one in November.
In November, Tony, civil participation and employment is November. So they're all divvied up now. Please put it on your calendar. I think we'll send out a reminder. Because we want to give everyone a chance. And also, I have suggestions for how the reports, you don't have to follow my suggestion, but if you want a little structure for what I think would be a nice thing, I think we could send that out again. Remember, I did a little something or other, and it was an easy way because it went through the checklist at the back of each of the domains. That's one place to look, and then a little tiny bit about the narrative in the first paragraph. I had a really easy way to follow it. But you don't have to do it that way, but it's just, it might make it easier for you. So do you think you could do that, Jamie? Send it out
Yes,
again?
no, it was similar to what we had sent out before, so, so a few things that, staff will be emailing out. We'll do the World Health Organization, handbook, because that has the outline for each of the 8 domains. And then it will also, include the breakdown that Chair Cohen mentioned, so that it will kind of provide a template for what the report out would look like.
And you send that out.
And the schedule as well, so that you know who will be going in October and who will be going in November.
Because I don't know if Tony's still. I think he's.
Yeah,
the one
he is
who's
still.
public.
Correct.
Okay, so. Yeah, so, and then it will give the October people, you know, if we do it pretty quickly, that will give them time to get their thing going, so.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty even now, so I think is everyone comfortable with that? Okay. Yeah, we're good on that. And then the next agenda item, we wanted to talk about the marketing, adding to the marketing plan and some of our ideas and connections.
Of the AARP survey.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that'll be an agenda item. It's what we talked about earlier in the meeting. You know, Bill had some suggestions about subpopulations that we want to also make sure we include in getting an opportunity to participate in the survey. They might not want to participate, but at least we know we spread the word to the different groups that we think were. also give us a few weeks to like look at some stuff that we might not have thought of tonight and this afternoon and come up with some other things. It's easy to miss a group, and we just really don't want to if we can avoid it. You know, stratifying a population is not that easy, and so, you know, the Los Altos book that just came out in the town crier? Did you see that booklet that came out? Did you all get it? If you get the
Chamber of Commerce.
It's like, it's amazing. Yeah, so they had a whole page of the demographics, and they're not really new, they're from 2020, but that's the newest they have. And it just gives every little thing about Los Altos and divvies up the ages and everything. It's very, very good. I could bring it in, or maybe we could get some copies. I'm sure they want that divide sent out to more people than just who gets the town crier. That's how I got a copy of it. It was in my crier this week.
Gosh, I would think that would be on somebody's.
You'd think it would be like stacks everywhere because it was fantastic advertising.
Interesting.
It's amazing.
It is half a pound.
It's like a
activity guide.
Wow.
It was really fast.
Okay.
So, it's just called Los Altos or something on the front. I don't know what it's called, but yeah, it's a chamber, but I'm sure there was a lot of donors. That thing cost a fortune to make. Anyway, so that might give us some other ideas about other groups and stuff. And anyway, it has the demographics of the city in there, and it also has Los Altos Hills for your information, Jim, just for your thing. Okay, so how are we gonna phrase that? You will figure out a way to phrase that topic, so we'll know what, okay, okay. But put it in your own notes, because you know, we don't get this until the Thursday night before the Monday meeting. That's not enough time to prepare some of this stuff, so we have to put in our own notes and on your own calendar. Because it's just hard to remember, and we want enough time to be able to do work properly, so. Okay, what other items do we need on the, well, we always have our rolling items. We have our work plan, we have our subcommittee report. I mean, that's not really agenda items, but we just roll those, doing those each time. Is there anything else we want to cover next time? Okay. I think we have completed the agenda. We adjourn the meeting. Thank you all for coming. Appreciate it very much. Thank you. Thank you on the screen too, Lynette.
Thank
Bill,
you.
Tony.
See you all
Thank you.
Wednesday.
Coming for a meeting, Lynette. And Bill,
Thank
thank you. Tony, we'll see you soon.
See you Wednesday.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming.
Well,
Bill, what would you say? Did you want to go? Yeah. Bill, I adjourn the meeting.